Okay, class, let's take a look. See where were we? Okay. Basically, let's take a look. We are in this chapter 5, Mahayana philosophies, the variety of the emptiness. Okay. So in the previous lesson, okay, let's take a look. Previous lessons. Today we are going to start the skillful means and transcending of the view. But in the previous lesson, see, is about the emptiness. So emptiness is a Suyantavadin perspective. Basically, once we talk about the emptiness, it doesn't mean nothing or totally empty. It means everything is caused by the condition, meaning to say that it caused by a condition, and usually the theory practically apply to observe, to do the vipassana, maybe before the vipassana, we try to observe what are the conditions to cause the reincarnation. That is the main reason. Especially the reason is because of the avijja and also the tanha. Let's take a look. So this is the meaning for the emptiness we talk about. Especially the ignorance and also the craving, we try to settle it. So once we settle it, then we will be liberated. Okay, next let's take a look. Now once we go to the history, we will talk about Sunyatavadin. It's the school emphasis on the Sunyata. They are the Mahayana. Let's see here. Whatever is condition arising, that is explained to be emptiness. Being a dependent destination, prajnati. Prajnati, a dependent destination, meaning to say that prajnati is the concept. Once we try to label the thing in the world, so that we call as prajnati. Then let's see. Okay, so finally, we mentioned that it's because everything is empty, so there could be the activity. In this school of the Sunyatavadin, everything is empty, including the Nibbana itself. Nibbana itself also empty. So later on, we noticed that actually the Yogacara school and also the Tathagata school, they disagree. Because if let's say after the meditation, finally go to the Nibbana itself is the empty, mean you attain nothing. But for Yogacara and also the Tathagata treasure, they mentioned that everything could be empty, but except the Nibbana. Because Nibbana itself must be some merit which is attainable, full of the merit, so it can encourage everybody to attain that. So we go to the next section, okay, which is what? Let's see. Okay. So a skillful means and transcending of the views. Yeah, Sally, you can read the passage, please, Sally.
Skillful means and the transcending of views. Nagarjuna emphasizes that ultimate truth, indicated by thought of emptiness, completes rather than subverts conventional truth. Indeed, it can be understood only if the conventional teachings on the four true realities of the spiritual and noble have been understood. This relates to the concept of skillful means, which in the Sunyatavadin perspective is developed to mean that all Buddhist teachings, including Sunyatavadin ones, should be regarded as provisional devices that can at most hint at or indirectly indicate ultimate truth. The teachings, especially on conditioned arising are simply to induce in people a skillful frame of mind, one which there can be insight into that which transcends all such teachings, the inexpressible, empty of essence nature of things. Nagarjuna's method of Madhyamaka Karika is to criticize all views and theories about ultimate entities or principles. This he does by showing that their necessary consequences contradict rather either the views themselves, which are thus reduced to absurdity or inexperience or experience. Moreover, he seeks to show that all logical possible views on specific topics such as motion and time are untenable, that our notions of them are self-contradictory in as much as we can take things as reality in themselves. In this, he uses his method of four-corner negation, the device of examining and refuting all the four logical possible alternatives on a topic which is X is Y is non-X, X is both Y and non-Y, and neither Y nor non-Y. The chapter 1, he examines theories on causality. The first of the logical possible views on this is self-production, that an effect arises from a cause ultimately identical with itself, part of the same underlying substance, as in the Hindu Samyaka school. This would lead to pointless self-duplication. However, if a thing reproduces itself, there would be nothing to stop it continuing to do so forever. The world is not observed to be like this. If same things are said to manifest itself differently only when conditions are appropriate, self-production has already been given up.
Okay, thank you so much. Elena, you were late because you are joining the Turunkan Anwar parade, right? So you're late. Ah, okay, yes. So you finished the parade. Okay. Okay, let's highlight the point. Sally, this is an absurdity lah, okay, Sally, can you check? Do you have a wrong notes, different notes? Because you didn't read this passage correctly. X is Y, X is not. Wait. Okay, wait. Okay, what is the PDF pages? Sorry. 1 to 1.
1 to 2.
Okay, 1 to 2. Yeah, Sally, you read this passage wrong. I don't know either different or you just see differently. Same, right?
Same.
Same, but you read differently. You read differently.
I will differently.
Yes. Okay, this four-corner negation, if I'm not mistaken, you're supposed to forget totally. Actually, we all learn in the way to the Buddhahood. Am I correct? Raise up your hands if you totally forget, please. Naturally, you all raise hand. Okay, basically, all this, we call it a negation, four corner, is actually, they try to contradict themselves. This is not by using the meditation method to break the wrong view. They are using the logic to break it. Let me try to recall. Even I myself are also very hard to remember this type of stuff. Basically, once we talk about one thing, everything must be by cause and condition. If you say it appeared by itself with a cause and condition, this might be contradict. How contradict is it? So we'll ask, if it come by itself, how does it come from? It just come together by something? It is all combined together to make it up? Or else, something like that. So you see, this is the logic. Let me try to recall. We call it, in Mandarin, it's very famous. It's a 四神. Can you please write it down? Write it down. This one, the four-corner negation. Like maybe I can read Chinese well. You can go to look for it. 四神. Very simple. You just write it down. 四神. Very famous. Okay, 四神. Four-corner negation. Okay, you can just write it out. Meaning to say that the thing, it doesn't appear in the four way. Number one, it produced by itself. Okay, it doesn't produce by other, or it is not produced by the combination from the other. Okay, and lastly, it's without any reason it produced. That will be the contradiction. How is the logic? I feel I forget a little bit already. That will be the logic. To try to deny all this. The way to Buddhahood in the final chapter. Okay, Mr. Leong, do you remember? I bet you forget. Am I right, Mr. Leong?
Forgotten.
Yeah,
Long time ago.
Yeah, a very long time. This is hari ini dalam sejarah. Okay. So you see now, X is Y. You see, X is
Yes.
X is Y. Actually, the effect is worse when you are wearing the ear set. More disturbance. Okay. You see, X is Y, X is non-Y, X is both Y and non-Y, X is neither Y nor non-Y. So they will try. I think maybe. Yeah. You see that self-production. They start to recall us. That what is the meaning for that? But before this, a few terminology to explain. Okay, number one is the Nagarjuna talk about the skillful mean. What does mean skillful mean? If you do the chanting, skillful mean the 方便. I think you always read about that. It's a 方便. 方便不是随便. Sometimes you heard about that. 方便 actually, usually sometimes we use expedient or 方便. So what does that mean? You see, if let's say you say ultimate truth is expressible, so what is the best way to express which is inexpressible? Elena, what do you think? What is the best way to express which is inexpressible? Am I speaking human language? Yes, right? It's a human language, right? But just don't know how to answer. Okay, so usually in Heart Sutra, you will notice that they will try to use all the negation to negate. Remember or not, in the Heart Sutra, 无言而鼻舌身意无色声香味触法, they say, no noble truth, no paticca samuppada. All is no. If everything is no, what is a yes? Because if the ultimate truth is inexpressible, the best way is try to negate, to deny everything, so that the ultimate truth will unfold by itself through the process of the negation. Get it? No? You see, if you really go through the Heart Sutra, you notice that. Or even though you have go through Heart Sutra for many times, but you are still not noticed. You're still unnoticeable, right? Because due to the language. If you really go through it, like you see, this is how the Nagarjuna, or we call Sunyatavati, try to express it. So let me try to show you this Heart Sutra in English. You see, Heart Sutra. Heart Sutra in English. Okay, Heart Sutra, we want the whole text. We try to get the text for ourselves. Okay, wait. Heart Sutra. Okay, let me try to show you that they try to negate everything in English. PDF, New Heart Sutra translated by the Thich Nhat Hanh, whatever I think is okay. Let's see. This is a very famous, New English translation, Vietnamese translation. No, we want the English one. Heart Sutra will change you forever. Okay, we don't want this. We want the original text, Heart Sutra. Okay, Heart Sutra, Buddhist scripture. Now you see the main theme is anatta. The Heart Sutra, you see, class. It begins with the Avalokitesvara. While practicing deeply the insight, see or not, that is the vipassana. Bring us to the other soul. Other soul meaning to say is the ultimate truth. So in the opposite of for the ultimate truth is what? Is the conventional truth. So remember, there's one ultimate truth, then one is conventional truth. Okay, actually, this truth, you know it. You repeat it so many times. Why do I say so, Mr. Leong? Yes! You're very smart. I want to trap you, but unsuccessful. Applause to Mr. Leong. Yes. Erti means the double truth is ultimate truth and the conventional truth. And from ultimate truth to conventional from conventional truth to ultimate truth, we need a skillful mean. So what we need is the language. It's the language. So that's why, always we say that once you attain to the jhana or the nibbana, don't carry the boat some more if you reach the soul. Meaning to say you try to let go all the language. Get it? So that is the meaning. Forget the language, but we need the language. Because without the language, how do we know that there will be somebody hidden behind our five aggregate? We don't know. But the language will tell us. So usually there will be the one analogy used in Buddhism scripture used to use is the pointing moon with a finger. You should take a look to the moon without over observing the finger. See or not? I use finger to point the moon, so you should see the moon. I use the language to show the ultimate truth. So you should finally, you should pay attention to the ultimate truth behind the text, not just always with the language. So Zen school used to, criticize, especially the scholar, because scholar, they are very playful to all the language and the words. So sometimes we overplay already. So Abhidhamma scholar, there was once criticized overplay the language. So that's why you see the extinction of the Buddhism in India it caused by many reasons, but one of that is over playful of the language by the academicians. They are the monk actually, especially Sarvastivadin. Okay, let's take a look. You see, this is the Heart Sutra. Now you see or not, you see, suddenly discover that all 5 skandha equally empty. Empty come against, okay? Then you see, listen Sariputra. Sariputra involved in this conversation. They say the body itself is the emptiness. Emptiness itself is the body. 66, Hong 66. So this is the one. And the same with the feeling, perception, mental formation, and consciousness. Then you see all phenomena bear the marks of the emptiness. You see or not? Their true nature is the nature of, no birth, no death, no being, no non-being, no defilement. All is, they say, is a no. See or not? And then they see besides this, no 12 condition, all is a known, and then 4 noble truth also is a known. I think they already this is a summary. So by trying to show everything is no, so then the ultimate truth will appear. It is true for you. Is the ultimate truth appeared by showing, by saying that everything is no? Yeah, maybe? No. More confusing, you mean? Yes, more confusing. Everything is no. So what is a yes? More confusing, you see. But this is how the Sunyatavadin they try to do. Okay, anyway, we appreciate them. So let's take a look. You see, so this is the skillful means. It should be regarded as a provisional device. You see, that is the device. You see, and then indirectly indicate the ultimate truth. The Heart Sutra is one of them. This I see. The inexpressible empty of the essence nature of the thing. Yes, this is we say essence nature of the thing. Meaning to say is the nibbana. You can, in other words, the nibbana, the empty of it. So you see, Nagarjuna, this is a Madhyamika Maka Karika. This is a very famous commentary. Karika means the commentary. So this is in Mandarin we call it as a Zhonglun. Okay, to write it, very famous. Okay, let me try to use the abbreviated Chinese Lun. Zhonglun. You can try to write it. Zhonglun. Yes, this one. Zhonglun. Madhyamika Karika. Okay. Yeah, why Sally you don't start writing and struggling for it? You just look no motion in me. No response. Okay. So this is Zhonglun. Okay. Then next, let's take a look. You see. Then it say, they criticize the theory about the ultimate entity. They say their necessary consequences contradict either the view themselves or once you talk about that everything exists by itself, there is a contradiction. Okay. So let's try to take a look. How is the contradiction? Elena, can you please read the passage in chapter 1? This is the chapter 1 of the Madhyamaka Karika. Okay. Yeah, please, Elena.
That means I reread again. I think Sally read that just.
Okay. Maybe Mei Yi, can you please read the passage?
No, I can read. Read it again, is it?
Chapter 1.
Yeah.
Sally read already. Oh, yeah. Sorry.
So start again.
No, let me finish it first. Okay. Timeless. Okay, number one, the theory is regards to self-production. So this is also absurd, meaning to say you couldn't produce something which is identical with the cell one. You see here, according to the theory here, is here, if a thing reproduces itself, there will be nothing to stop it continue to do so forever. If you're able to multiply yourself, you can continue to stop it. But I think this one, it doesn't, we don't know what is the behind of this. But we know that from nowadays, if you talk about you want to create something exactly same like yourself, it's still impossible. Even though a twin, it's also impossible identical by itself. Why? Maybe you think, why do you think that even though twin by itself biologically a lot of similarity, but still differences there? Why maybe you think?
Different consciousness.
Our consciousness is different. But like you see, even though biologically it looks very similar, if you use a microscope, electron to observe, you think what is the difference you are able to see? Maybe you think?
I don't know.
You don't know because you are not doing biology, you are doing psychology. Okay, well, basically, okay, I mean, even though biologically it looks so similar, but finally, when they start to, you feed them differently, both are conscious different, emotion will be different, then we will start to influencing it already. So some identical twin, you're able to see which one is the brother or sister. Usually the parents, they're able to identify them. See or not? So meaning to say you can hardly to find both is 100% identical. So here the sentence, we don't know the logic behind why if you reproduce yourself, then we'll keep on reproducing. We don't know what's the logic behind there. Sounds not very logic. Okay, Elena, can you please continue read the other notion?
The second possibility, other production, is that ultimately an effect arises from a cause that is inherently other than it, with a different inherent nature. This is seen as an Abhidhamma view, to the extent that it is said in this that both the Dhamma and the Dhammas that condition it have specific own natures or essences, which are thus essentially different from each other. Here, Nagarjuna argues that if really distinct entities existed, all would be equally different, so anything could cause anything. A cause and its supposedly different effect may always occur together. But to point this out is to explain nothing about how causality works. What is inherently other than something cannot be its cause. A cause is not a cause in itself, then, but only in relation to its effect. Sorry, if cause and effect were essentially different entities, there could not be a link between them. This is an instance of a general problem. A relation of any sort has to, 1, connect two terms unifying them, and 2, to connect two terms differentiating them. A relation cannot obtain between essential entities which are either identical with or different from each other. All essentialist views freeze reality into bits identical with, as in self-production, or different from each other, as in other production, but then cannot coherently account for how these bits interact to form the world as it is experienced. As emphasized in early Buddhism, condition arising avoids the extreme of everything being a single unity and it being an unconnected diversity. The third theory is that causality involves both self-production and other production. If this means that some parts of the cause and effect are the same and some are different, the problems of the first two views apply. If it means that all of the cause is both the same as and different from all of the effect, this is impossible. The final possibility is that things originate by neither self-production nor other production spontaneously without a cause. But if this were true, everything would be an unpredictable chaos, which it is not.
Okay, I think better we digest first. But I can predict that they will be indigestive. I don't know what you're reading, right? Yeah, very hard to digest this type of stuff. Yeah, raise hand please if you finish. Oh yes, finish. Mr. Leong, are you okay? Yes, okay. Okay, let's come to the second point of view. Well, it relates to the Abhidhamma, which we are more familiar with. Yes. Elena, are you familiar with Abhidhamma actually? No. Okay. Well, according to the Abhidhamma, basically, this is how we understand. You see or not? Let's say this is the diagram. Okay. Take a look to the orange. Basically, if we talk about the Jeta and Cetasika, okay, the good example is the orange. Okay. Let's see. Okay. 破开成. Okay, let's take a look. Okay, if you try to peel an orange, basically you are able to see is actually orange itself, it doesn't really exist. But it only exists once the skin, once the fiber, and once the juice, and once the seed all combined together. So orange only appeared when all these conditions combined together. It's just like our citta, our consciousness. The citta is formed by all the cetasika. So all the cetasika all combined together in make a citta appear. So meaning to say the citta itself actually it comes from all the cetasika. It's just like orange. It doesn't exist by itself. It only exists with the combination for all the components to make the orange appear like that. Once you try to dismantle it, orange it doesn't appear anymore. Okay, so this is the second theory by the Abhidhamma. But Nagarjuna still denied that. He said it is not the truth. Let's take a look to the text first. I see or not? So this is the second view, you see. Second view is the Abhidhamma. The Dharma and the Dharma that condition it have specific own nature or essence. Basically, once we learn Abhidhamma, all the Dharma itself has their own nature. For example, why we won't confuse between the jealousy and the stingy? Why? Mr. Leong, why you don't confuse between stingy and the jealousy?
Because our insight and wisdom.
Oh, okay. What is the nature of the jealousy and also the stingy? What are their nature? Mr. Leong?
Yeah, nature.
What is the characteristic for the
stingy on
jealousy?
Jealousy. No love.
Okay. Okay, the Wi-Fi is not that good. Let me answer by myself. Okay. You see, once we talk about the jealousy, it's because you are not happy. You are not happy with the success of somebody. Usually it's the enemy you're not happy. But the stingy meaning to say that you are trying. You cannot give things up generously. You cannot give things out. You don't want to share things out. So both are different character. So this is reason why you won't confuse between the jealousy and also the stingy. This is the nature what we mean here. That is the basic nature we mean here. See, so this is the basic nature which is insisted by the Sarvastivadin. Let's take a look. You see, They say that they have their own specific nature and essence. That is their specific nature essence. For example, stingy and the jealousy, as we mentioned. So they say, which are thus essentially different from each other. So they have their own way. So of course, a different one. Once you raise up the jealousy, you will only have a jealousy when you see the success of somebody. You will only stingy once people ask you to give out something. You see, both is a different proximate cause. You notice that both mentality is quite different actually. So it lead to what? Let's see. You say so Nagarjuna argued that a really distinct entity exists, or will be equally different. They say because the distinct entity exists, so that's why they're still different. Meaning to say that you can't find one produce other one by itself. It said a cause and the effect may always occur together. Something is the cause, at the same time it could be the effect together. So they say this point to explain nothing about how causality works. Class, I think between this the logic not very clear. Okay, you see, these both are different. Okay, but he said that from the sentence it goes. I said, all this of course, the mentality both are different. Of course, it's a different. It is also both based on all the condition. But here, the view try to rebut, not very clear the way I see it. Okay. Okay, let's see first. Okay, now they said the cause itself is not the cause is not the cause itself. You see, they said it couldn't link between together. Then he said, generally, we connect two terms unify together, or we connect two terms and differentiate them. Because the logic here start not very clear. When it comes here, I also feel difficult to explain. Then you see, so basically, it's not the cell production. He denied not the cell production, and it denied it is not the other production. So basically, our view, what Abhidhamma brings to us is other production, meaning to say that they're caused by all the conditions together, so it appeared consciousness. But this one Abhidhamma view is denied by Nagarjuna. Mr. Leong, yes, anything?
Sifu, how could not be linked between them when everything is interdependent?
Okay. It should be linked together, right?
Yeah, it should be interdependent and linked together, correct?
Yes, but he said that this is not linked together, right? You see, the sentence here is
that's a contradiction.
it couldn't be linked together. You mean something wrong with this from the author notion, right? What the author tried to suggest is something wrong. Okay, so we
something wrong, or maybe Nagarjuna's thinking on the Abhidhamma side is wrong.
Yeah, maybe Nagarjuna is right, but the author misunderstood. Possible that, right, Mr. Leong?
Possible, but then the thing is, we do not know the real reason behind him stating this statement.
No problem, Mr. Leong. You just go to turunkan Anwar, you get the answer. I joke with you because I don't think we will go to take some more so we know here this is fine already. So basically, actually, this one other production during the way to Buddhahood, because I teach the way to Buddhahood for many times. I still think that the other production is more logic. It's logic the way we see it. Yes, May, you want to turun the Anwar?
What is the practice to understand this? Is there any practical practice to understand this?
No, you want to clarify the wrong view, basically. The wrong view. This is what Nagarjuna tried to do, to correct your wrong view first. The wrong view that the thing, usually, Nagarjuna's standpoint is correct. Basically, we are in the wrong view all the time. Like we found that the time, it seems quite eternal. is real, and the space is eternal. Everything we feel is eternal. We feel is so real. But Nagarjuna try using this type of method to deny that actually this is contradict. If you think that this is a permanent, time of course is not permanent, and the space is not permanent. But this is more is the physicists they try to use the calculation to prove that all is a hallucination. But here what the Nagarjuna tried to do, because when you have the wrong view, then there will be a lot of consequences. You start to create the karma. The wrong view lead you that is the problem. Okay, next let's take a look. So we disagree. This is the second one. Then finally he say, if let's say you disagree with the self-production and other production, finally it comes to the without a cause. Okay, without a cause. Think of it without the cause. Basically, without a cause, even worse than the monocause. Monocause meaning to say that everything created by the God. That is the monocause, monotheism. But here without cause. So meaning to say that it could be very worse. The reason is, if let's say it comes without cause, meaning to say everything is not bound by any karma and right or wrong. So everybody, you can just do whatever you like. That is the chaotic. The whole world will turn out to become the chaotic. But anyway, the world is still chaotic once the Trump by the Trump administration, even though all the constitution, we got all the rules, but the rules turn out to become no rules already. See or not? But really, if you don't believe that, that is very terrible. They will be chaotic if without any cause. If you believe, I think communism, the pure communism, they believe that everything turned out without any cause. Am I right? Communism, the pure one, they believe. So that's why when you die, there will be no reincarnation. There's no effect from the good or bad. So everybody, you can just fight for yourself, whatever you like. It's very horrible, you see. But anyway, there's still got some rule and regulation constitutionally protecting the country. Even though they don't believe all this. Okay, let's take a look. So this is the number 3. Okay, so unpredictable chaos will happen if without a cause. Let's try to take a look at the 4th view. Mei, can you please read the 4th view?
The 4th view is not that of Nagarjuna. His position seems to be at that the conventional phenomenal level causality can be observed with one thing with the support of other conditions causing another to originate. Yet none of the logical possible theories of causality can explain how it works. Because at the ultimate level, no real things can be found which originate. No things exist with inherent existence. They only exist conventionally. Moreover, no supposed cause has an actual power to make something else happen. Effects arise from a combination of various conditions with none of them making the effect happen. As argued by J. Garfield, Nagarjuna sees causality as simply a matter of observed regularities in an essence-free world. One cannot actually go further or deeper than this, except by explaining this kind of regularity in nature by reference to a wider or more general form of regularity. For example, an explosion may be explained by reference to the presence of a source of combustion, an explosive gas, and oxygen. The quality of an explosive gas can be explained by reference to its chemical makeup, and this can be explained by reference to the physical makeup of atoms. The Madhyamika's talk of emptiness then is intended as the antidote to all theories. Emptiness is proclaimed by the victorious one, Buddhas, as the refutation of all views. But those who hold emptiness as a view are called incurable. Nagarjuna examines the view of others to provide a form of spiritual therapy to help liberate people from all constricting viewpoints. In doing this, he claims not to have any presupposition of his own, but with those of its components in a kind of logical. Can you scroll?
Yes.
Judo using conventional logic. The insight which this produces are also to be deepened by meditative contemplation of phenomena.
Okay, thank you so much. None of them. It's like if I drink. Okay? Okay, class, let's take a look. This is the number 4. 4 of the view of the point. Number 4, the point of view is talk about the ultimate truth itself, meaning to say it's the Nibbana. If you say what are the conditions to form the Nibbana, the answer is nothing. Nibbana itself, it appears by itself without anything. You can create the Nibbana. In Abhidhamma, basically, the best way to explain the Abhidhamma is they say that there will be the sesame oil behind the sesame. Sesame, let's see. Okay. There will be some sesame. Sesame oil is behind the sesame. Meaning to say that you no need to look for the sesame oil from other things. You just try to process the sesame itself, and the oil is hidden behind the sesame. Okay, so meaning to say that where is the Nibbana? Actually, you just try to you process the sesame, process the 5 aggregate. Once you try to observe the 5 aggregate, finally, once the Vipassana matured, then the Nibbana will appear. So this Nibbana itself, if you ask what is forming this? Actually nothing, you can form that. So we say that it is wrong if you say that you need something to form the Nibbana. That is wrong already. Okay? So let's take a look. So this is the meaning here. Okay? So let's take a look. You see, they say that fourth view is the conventional. See, using another to origin is wrong already. It couldn't origin from something, especially you see the ultimate level. No real thing can be found which origin. There's nothing. Okay, what can be found origin? Just only the conventional truth only. So, class, you try to say something. We can analyze that it's origin from something. Can you try to put something you think which is not origin from something? I like the mouse, you see. So the mouse, you try to dismantle it. It will come from a plastic, and then maybe the screw, all the different component. And then when you try to analyze the component, the plastic itself, maybe it come from polyethylene, all this type of chemical material. And then you go to look for the atom and the molecule for all this stuff, the chemistry. You found that it's still finally, you notice that it from the proton, electron, photon. All right. That's why anything you can cook, it must be formed by something, or by all the condition origin from something. But it is not origin. Actually, it's all the thing component together to create the effect to something. Agree, class? If you cannot put any example to deny this fact, so this fact basically is I would say it's standable lah. So no need to go turunkan ano today. Okay, let's continue. Okay, okay. So you see that the only no supposed cause make something else happen. Effect arise. Okay, none of them making the effect happen. None of them making the effect happen. You see, Nagarjuna see causality. They say that they observe regularity in an essence free world. They say the regularity. Regularity means the rules and regulation. The regularity, I mean, which happen now. So regularly happen now in the essence free world. We are in the essence free world. We are essence free world. Then you see, so the correct example they say, just like an explosion, must be present with the combustion, the gas and the oxygen. So finally, the explosion only can happen with condition for all the things together. So you see, if let's say I ask you a question, if let's say we achieve Nibbana, where do we go? If that's the case, where do we go? If we achieve the ultimate truth, Sally, what do you think? Where will you go? If from this, or what we learned just now, or your answer is...
I cannot answer, Sifu. I don't reach the stage yet, lah.
How what lah?
I've not reached the stage yet.
No. Just using the previous, all the theory we learned together, can you answer where we go? You still cannot answer, right? It's still quite hard to apply, right? Okay.
Yeah.
How about how about Elena? Where will you go by apply all the theory?
Therefore, Nirvana is not a place. So where can we go? Die already, die.
Okay, well, you answer it, but okay, you answer it just like my question is Madhyamika. So you submit me an empty paper test, empty paper. You say that is the emptiness. This is the answer. So the teacher will give you 0 mark to show the emptiness. Mr. Leong, how about you?
We go back to the cosmic energy.
Cosmic energy. You mean we come from alien? You mean?
Universal energy.
So finally, you're using the energy to explain anything. Okay, well, you see, basically how Buddhism explains the whole reincarnation and all the 6 realms. Basically, they are the cause and condition. They are forming from the different thing, just like a fire. You see, if let's say without the oxygen, okay, the candlelight, you ask where is the candlelight go? Actually, it goes nowhere. Candlelight can only appear due to the forming for all the condition with the oxygen, with the lid, okay, with the candle, okay, and everything, all the condition there, then the light appear. So meaning to say that the light itself is a phenomenon by all the condition, they all integrate together. Once the oxygen gone, so the light no more there. Just like once the ignorance and the craving gone, actually no more reincarnation. Because reincarnation is just like a light, is appear only due to the different condition all comes together. They mutually integrate together to form all this reincarnation. So actually you go nowhere. Just like the fire go nowhere. The fire, we don't see the fire because one there is no condition to condition the fire, so you don't see anymore. Just like without the ignorance and the craving, reincarnation, there will be no more for you. So actually, you go nowhere. It's just the whole reincarnation itself is a hallucination. Okay? So I think, Elena, you answer something quite close to it, right? Just like, so this is how we tell people, we go nowhere. So the whole thing is a hallucination, actually. It's a form and condition. Okay, let's take a look. Okay. Yeah, Mr. Leong, I think let you answer first. Yes, anything, Mr. Leong?
Yeah. See, for the thing is that energy can never be created nor destroyed,
Energy, yes. No. I'm not saying you're wrong, but I just said that how the Buddhism way to explain. Your cosmic energy way is a modern way, especially the Facebook way. This is mostly we see from the Facebook. Am I right, Mr. Leong? You get it from Facebook, right? Yeah, this is the Facebook. Yeah, you can see all this in the Facebook. Some Facebook they claim that actually we are alien, you know.
No, from...
No, you're not from Facebook. You don't learn that from Facebook.
From Dharma teaching and talks.
No, Nikaya and Abhidhamma, they never mentioned the cosmic energy. Okay, that's why I try to explain the way origin from the text. So this is the explain. Actually, we go nowhere. Actually, okay. Then next, let's take a look. See. So he said that why Madhyamika talk of emptiness is intense as the antidote to all the theory. Because all the theory is a wrong one, you see. So they say that this is how proclaimed Buddha is a refutation of all views. So those who hold emptiness as a view are called incurable. So even though you have an emptiness view itself is incurable, this is why in the Heart Sutra, they try to negate everything. And when you negate everything and let the ultimate truth unfold by itself, if you have a emptiness view by itself, it's still something incurable. Incurable it's the wrong one, right? Then next, let's take a look. Okay, then he say he claims not to have any presupposition of yours. See or not? He claimed no presupposition. Anyway, he said the insight which in this produce are also to be deepened by meditative contemplation of phenomena. I think it is correct because one of my Dharma brother, he said after learning all this Madhyamika view, he go to do the vipassana, he can achieve that easily. Yes, he claimed that. I believe that. So please crash your head a little bit and struggle a little bit with this. Later on you go to do the vipassana, it can help you. But of course, you don't talk about this during the interview in meditation. So the shadow will say, can you repeat 100 times? I don't understand. They might not understand for the shadow or silent. Well, basically, here we know that maybe I think if we can correct some wrong perception in the very beginning, then later on during the meditation, we can easily to come up with the real idea. Okay, Mr. Leong, come in we go another part already. Okay okay. So let's continue. We go to this part is the introduction to the Buddhism teaching history. Next paragraph. Sorry. Okay, Mr. Leong, I try to let you to read it out. This Swatantrika. Yes. On the mic, Mr. Leong.
Sorry?
Please read the passage, the Swatantrika.
The Swatantrika Madhyamika school held that logic itself is not empty, but has an autonomous existence, Swatandra, such that valid positive statements can be made from Madhyamika perspective. The inference made at the conventional level are a real bridge to at least some aspects of ultimate truth. The Prasangika school, on the other hand, emphasized that the Madhyamika contained only a negative dialectic to disprove the views of others, and that to understand ultimate truth is to know the limits of logic, words, and concepts, culminating in a direct, non-conceptual experience. This seems to accord with the perfection of Wisdom Sutra, which certainly sought to avoid setting up any views or indeed to say anything. There is nothing at all to understand, for nothing in particular has been indicated, nothing in particular has been explained.
Okay, thank you so much. Okay, yeah. Okay, let me try to search a little bit first. What is the Chinese? Okay, I can understand this better than in Chinese, better than English. Okay, Swatantrika, Madhyamika in Chinese. Oh, okay. Okay, 秩序派中观. I see. So what is 秩序派中观 actually? I also don't know. No lah, joke only lah. This is one type of the Madhyamika lah, Swatantrika. Because as you see class, once you see a Prasangika and Swatantrika, meaning to say this both are different school of the Madhyamika. So you just write it down lah. Okay. Here and you explain that yes, they are the different school because they are using different logic way let me see first okay, Swatantrika meaning to say that is the independent logic and then Prasangika using the Prasanga so it's still to understand, right? Never mind. Here, let me try to explain a little bit. Autonomous existence. Oh, very possible statement. Bridge. Expect our ultimate truth. Prasangika. Only. Yeah, raise up. Please, once you finish. Okay, class, let's take a look. The explains very clear for the Swatantrika, Madhyamika, and Prasangika school. Basically, for the we call it as Swatantrika, meaning to say that you still can say something, especially you want to talk about the ultimate truth. You still have to use some language as a bridge to tell people that that is the ultimate truth. But for Prasangika, no, they say logic, language, all is very limited. So they will try to say no to everything in order to let the ultimate truth to magnify or to manifest by itself. Please let me know. Heart Sutra is the number one Swatantrika, or is the Prasangika number two? Heart Sutra is using which one theory? Number one or two? Number one is you still can use some words to support, as a bridge to talk about that. Yeah, may it vote for number two already. Number two is you can't use any word. Yes. Sally, 買大細，你仲未買啊 ？Number one. Elena, Mr. Leong, one or two? So Elena 你投廢票啦，投廢票投廢票 English how to say Sally? Abstain. You abstain. How about Mr. Leong? One or two? Heart Sutra. Two. Yes, two is correct. Actually, in the text itself mentioned, I purposely not to talk about it. You see, You see, this seems accord to the perfect of the Wisdom Sutra. See or not? This, you see, Prasangika school, this proof the view of other, and that to understand ultimate truth is to know the limit of the logic, words, and concept. You see, avoid setting up any view or avoid to say anything. So they say, nothing at all to understand, nothing at all to understand. For nothing in particular has been indicated, nothing in particular has been explained. So we understand that actually in the Madhyamika school itself, they got two different schools. One, they will say nothing. One, they will at least must say something to tell people that there is an ultimate truth. So you prefer which one? You prefer say something, or you prefer second say nothing? You prefer which one? One or two? Maybe prefer one, say something. Maybe, of course, are you a scholar? What? If you vote for number 2, you just throw away all the diseases, right? How about Sally, Mr. Leong? Which one you want to vote? So you don't want to say anything. If number 2, Mr. Leong, meaning to say that you are more like a Zen school. Basically, Zen school, they don't want any words or logic. Just meditate only. Chinese Zen school. But the way I see you study a lot, Mr. Leong. Mr. Leong, you study a lot actually.
Beautiful. Form is emptiness. Emptiness is form. Nothingness.
Yes, but you study a lot.
Empty. Everything empty.
Okay.
I study a lot. I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm not a scholar.
Yes, you study a lot, but you vote number 2. You want to throw all the book later on. You mean you just want to ultimate truth to let it come by itself. How about Elena? Which one you prefer? You think 1 or 2?
Sorry, Sifu, just now I wasn't listening. I got a crank call.
Never ask Sally. You prefer which one? 1 or 2? You prefer 2. Okay. So both of you more for Zen school. Elena, 2, if you choose 2, meaning to say that you prefer the ultimate truth unfold by saying nothing. But may ye vote number 1, at least you must say something for the ultimate. At least you must say something so that we can, through the language, to understand what is ultimate truth. Okay? Yeah, Elena. What?
For when we study in Buddhism, we always say that and we talk about trying to achieve kind of like serenity, a kind of emptiness.
Yes.
So if that's the case, then there's nothing we can do, isn't it? We just wait for emptiness to come.
No. Now my question is, if you have a choice, okay, you would prefer tell people that there is a nibbana, or you prefer try to just keep quiet to show the nibbana itself? Shall you tell somebody there's a nibbana, or you just be silent to show that that is more close to the nibbana without saying anything?
Silent.
Say something or say nothing?
Say nothing.
Say nothing. Yeah, you are more like a Zen school. So if people ask you what is the nibbana, it can happen that you just clap people. It happened in Zen school. You know why? Actually, it's a logic, because
you cannot explain, sir, Sifu. In a way, you cannot exactly explain to the extent that, well, this is nibbana. So you must keep quiet.
Yeah, but if let's say, if you don't explain, just like you don't provide any map to somebody, you don't give people a map, then what is it? Just like a Zen school. Zen school, you say, if you ask, what is the nibbana, they will clap you. Because this is, you cannot say what. You just keep on with the method, then it will unfold by itself. Because the more language you use in Zen school, you just keep on complicated. I mean the attainment only. You get it or not? Actually, there's a logic behind one. So this is the one who influence our teaching. But anyway, even though you all already attained hundreds hours of the teaching, but finally, it seems that except you attain the nibbana already, or we still need to study, we still need the language to know something, to fit our brain. Maybe something said that, because always we lost our confidence, so we need the teaching again. And then I think you prefer come to my class but because you're boring with the Facebook already, right? Every day just Facebook, you feel boring, right? And the YouTube. So sometimes come back here sounds good. Not all the time is very holy. Your objective is not holy all the time. Or sometimes just to kill some time. Because you got so many time to know what to do. Sometimes, so you see or not. If let's say you really go to the Zen school, you have to put out any single word. Just the meditate only. Then they will try to make you try to enlighten. So Mr. Leong, Elena, I think you should try for the Chinese Zen school. You should try. But don't ask any question because they may punch you. Reciprocally, they punch you. You will just feel, how come like that one? I'm asking a question, but finally got bitten by somebody. It can happen in this way. You know, Chinese.
You want to ask a question? Ask a
Come back and look for Sifu.
What? What?
No, Mr. Leong, when we want to ask a question, we come back and look for Sifu.
Look for me. I will produce more YouTube for you, actually. 100,000 YouTube and produce. Okay, so we're about to finish already. 3:30. So let me check it out first. Okay. Yes, okay, so ultimate truth and the taskness. So we stop the class here, ultimate truth and the taskness. Okay, for the next chapter. Okay, yes, please palms together. I wish to inculcate more favorable consciousness through transferring merit to my past life enemy and relative.
To my past life
relatives and enemies.
May they be liberated
May they be liberated
and free from suffering.
and free from suffering.
Attain Nibbana
Attain Nibbana
and helping others to do the same.
and helping others to do the same.
Yes, Sally.
Thank you, Sifu, for the class today, and pay 3 respects. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.